That was one wild episode, huh? I mean, the Battle of Rook's Rest was a major turning point, right? It really shook things up for both the Blacks and the Greens. Rhaenys dying was a huge loss for the Blacks. Aegon getting injured was a serious blow to the Greens' stability. I thought it was clever how Rhaenyra and Jace came up with that plan to find new Dragonriders. I mean, it's a long shot, but desperation can make you pretty creative. And then we get this whole sowing of the seeds thing. Talk about a twist. Did you see that ending? It was pure chaos. So many questions. I'm still trying to piece it all together. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Nobody. If you haven't watched the latest episode 7, be careful because there will be spoilers. Can you believe the gamble Rhaenyra took? I mean, throwing a bunch of bastards together with giant fire-breathing lizards? That's old. But hey, it worked out better than expected, right? 2 new Dragonriders. That's huge. Vermithor and Silverwing. Those are some legendary names. Rhaenyra's definitely feeling a bit more confident now, isn't she? It's like she's building her own little dragon army. What Aemond saw, why he turns back. Can you believe the nerve of those Blacks? I mean, imagine being in Aemond's shoes. You're finally back in the saddle after that whole Rook's Rest debacle, and Vhagar's still recovering, mind you. You're trying to hold down the fort in King's Landing, and suddenly, this unknown dragon shows up like a ghost in the sky. Naturally, Aemond's curiosity gets the better of him. He's a Targaryen after all, and dragons are in their blood. So he hops on Vhagar and gives chase. But let's be real, he's not stupid. He knows there's a reason they're showing off this new dragon. It's a power play, a hey, we're here and we're ready to rumble kind of message. I mean, imagine facing off against Syrax, Vermax, and Moondancer all at once. Even Vhagar, the big bad dragon of Westeros, would have a tough time with that. So Aemond does the smart thing. He chases them just enough to gather intel, but when he realizes he's being lured into a trap, he hightails it back to King's Landing. It's a risky game they're playing, but Aemond's not about to fall for it. What do you think? Was Aemond right to back off, or should he have gone all in? Ulf the White is now Dragonrider. Vermithor going berserk, dragon seeds flying everywhere. It's like a scene out of a night, and poor Ulf, just trying to survive, ends up stumbling into what could be a death trap. Wait, what a twist. He doesn't get eaten by a dragon. He actually claims one. Talk about luck. And it's not just any dragon, it's Silverwing, the legendary mount of Queen Alysanne. I mean, who would have thought? A nobody like Ulf ends up riding one of the most iconic dragons in history. It's almost poetic, isn't it? Vermithor, the embodiment of fiery destruction, and Silver, the gentle giant. And now, their riders are caught in the middle of this whole mess. It's like a cosmic chess game, and we're just watching the pieces move. I wonder how this new dynamic will change the game. Silverwing might not be a fighter like Vermithor, but she's still a massive, ancient dragon. And Ulf, well, he's going from zero to hero pretty quickly. What do you think about this unexpected turn of events? Who is the new Dragonrider of Vermithor, and why? You've hit the nail on the head. Vermithor isn't just any dragon, he's a legend. Being ridden by a king as respected as Jaehaerys has set the bar incredibly high for any potential rider. It's no small feat to impress a dragon like that. Hugh's moment of bravery, where he stands up to Vermithor and even saves another life, is exactly what it takes. It's like Vermithor is looking for someone who can channel that same kind of strength and courage that Jaehaerys possessed. It's fascinating to think about the dynamic between a dragon and its rider. It's more than just control. It's a bond built on mutual respect and understanding. Vermithor seeing that spark of leadership and bravery in Hugh is a powerful moment. I wonder how this new partnership will shape the story going forward. Hugh is definitely an underdog, but with Vermithor by his side, he could become a major player. What do you think about Hugh and Vermithor as a team? Are there more dragons, Blacks? It's looking pretty good for Team Black, isn't it? Rhaenyra's dragon roster is starting to look like something out of a Dragonrider's wet dream. With Vermithor and Silverwing in the mix, they've got some serious firepower. They also had Vermax. And don't forget the Caraxes. There'll be major dragon return, episode 8, the Sheepsteal, and you've already guessed the Dragonrider, right? Can you imagine the shock on Aemond's face when he realizes he's outnumbered like that? Vhagar is a beast, no doubt, but it's hard to see her holding her own against that many dragons. It seems like Rhaenyra is finally starting to turn the tide. With Daemon back in the fold and these new Dragonriders, she's got a real shot at taking King's Landing. It's going to be a hell of a battle, but the odds are definitely starting to look in her favor. What do you think? Is this the beginning of the end for the Greens? Can you believe there's a secret Targaryen out there? I know, right? It's like a whole other layer to the House of the Dragon drama. Daemon Targaryen, the Forgotten Prince, is basically the wild card we didn't know we needed. Raised away from the chaos of King's Landing, he's been chilling in Old Town, learning the ways of the world and probably dragon riding. Without all the family tension, imagine him swooping in on Tessarion, his brand new dragon, just as things are heating up between the blacks and greens. It's like the showrunners are saving the best for last. One more dragon might not seem like a game changer, but it's definitely a boost for Team Green. And let's be real, the Hightower army is still a force to be reckoned with. So while the blacks might have the upper hand right now, the war is far from over. I can't wait to see how Daemon shakes things up in Season 3. What do you think about this surprise character? So this was for today's folks. See you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.
Come on! No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.